Your Excellency, talking about empowering the people and serving your people, especially in the South. I mean, some governors have come together, looked at their youth, said, okay, we need skill acquisition. Some have even sent some of the youth abroad to study. But there have been reports of some of these students abroad being abandoned, no stipends, no allowances. What's your take on that?
Now, let's just take, starting from Port Harcourt, River State. When I came on board, I can't really recollect the number of students I hear that are sent abroad. Even sending some people from other states. The governor goes to a state and makes promise to that state, I will give you scholarship. People who are not from your state. What is that? Political relevance. Right? So I came. What we were owing about 4-point-something billion as scholarship fee. 4-point-something billion. Look at the reality today in this country. You are talking about payment of salaries. And you're owing 4-point-something billion. This 4-point-something billion naira is not just that this will solve the entire problems of the students abroad. No, it's because somebody is in year 1, others are in year 2, others are in year 3, others are maybe 4th year, others are maybe final year. This money will only take care of the next level. Take for example, the final year people will be leaving. Those who are in the 3rd year will be going to the final year. That means you still have to pay for it. And some of these courses, you don't need to send them abroad. What we said in our own case, listen, why do you have to send somebody who wants to study English overseas? Why do I want to send someone who wants to study economics overseas? Why do I want to send someone who wants to read law overseas? When you know that we have very good faculties in these areas, in Nigerian universities. Now, we thought, if I'm sending you overseas, must be on peculiar, very clear areas that we lack, that we want our people to go and study. Maybe some areas of engineering, maybe some areas of medicine, maybe some areas of agriculture, maybe some areas of ICT. Right? So we say, look, for those of them in final year, even though they are reading these courses, we have to. As I speak to you, we have paid over 50% of that. So we say, those of you that are in these other courses that we think can be offered here, why not come, we'll give admission in our Nigerian universities. Because the truth of the matter, as it is today, you cannot pay. And we must be able to tell our people the simple truth. Why did you send somebody who wants to read political science to study overseas as a government? Why? You see, there are things you do that you cannot sustain. These are, and if you look at the names of these people, these were people whose persons were in authority politically, who had political positions, and had to put in their relations, their children, into all this. But we have not abandoned. What we said, those people who are in their final years, we must have to pay. Those people who are doing certain courses that you can't find those courses here, will encourage you to stay back. But those who are doing courses that we know that is offered, the courses are here in all Nigerian universities. We have competent professors and lecturers in those courses. And so why do we have to send it out? Just for the sake of, assign people overseas. No. So our policy is that we have to bring them back, those ones, and give them admission at the university. Because as it is today, it is not, if anybody tells you you can afford that, it's not possible. Because you have a lot of competing interests. You're talking about how do you equip the schools, refurbish the schools? How do you look at the hospitals, look at the roads, and how much are you getting at the end of the day? It's like when the students' union came here to say, look, they've not been paid bursary for the past 3 years. I said, yes, you are right. But you can ask yourself a question. I was not here in the past 3 years. I was just here almost 1 year ago. Okay. Now, during that period, the state government was getting 17 billion naira monthly, 20 billion naira monthly, 15 billion naira monthly, as the case may be. I have not gotten more than 5 billion naira as I came. No month. No month. In fact, in the last 5 months, it has never gone beyond 4 billion naira.
Are you owing salaries?
I'm not owing. I was able to pay backlog of salaries that were owed by the previous administration, and even pensioners 6 months 6 months arrears. I was able to pay. How did I pay? I had to borrow money from the bank, because one thing you must understand is that you cannot allow workers' salaries to be owed. And look at these old men for 6 months, the peanuts they take, and you're not able to pay. What is governance? Governance is not only providing roads. Governance, you must be able to pay those who have worked.
Could you tell us, what is the current situation with the cleanup of Ogoni land?
Frankly speaking, the state government is not involved. And that's why I've always said, we don't politicize everything. It is the concern of every Rivers person. It is the concern of this administration to support any initiative to clean the Ogoni land. When the Minister of Environment came here, I advised her. In fact, I really respect her. She's one of the few ministers who have come to the state and to pay me consequence. Some other ones, they will just come, they won't let us know, they will just go about. That's the kind of petty politics that people play. That you come to a state, and because you belong to social political party, you will not let the chief security officer of the state to know, and you go ahead, and if anything happens tomorrow, so oh, this is what happened. And this, so I advise and say, listen, it is for the interest of the government. It will be to the credit of the government that this was done. We are willing to give support if we want us to be involved. But as I speak to you after that, I've not heard anything. I hear plans are on that way. So you see, things are being politicized. I said, okay, hold my own. If I'm not needed, I sit back. But it will be to my happiness that Ogoni land is cleaned up. So if they say the state government will be involved in it, we'll be involved. But if they say it will be done based on the fact that based on political party, I've not, like I said, I don't force myself, I don't impose myself until that I'm not needed. But frankly speaking, if the government said the state government should be involved, if the federal government said the state government must be involved, why would I not? I will support Mr. President because it's for the interest of my people. But if they don't want you to be involved because you belong to another political party, or what I'm done.
One word as we close for anyone who's thinking of taking up arms or blowing up pipelines or going back into the creeks to foment trouble against the state. What would you be saying to any group?
Sorry, repeat the question.
What would you be saying to any group that is out there, maybe in the creeks, in the name of militancy?
Why? First of all, the person should know it is not for the interest of the state. If you love the state so much, you wouldn't participate in that. Because one way or the other, look at it. Who will be affected more? Who will suffer at the end of the day? The state will suffer. So why do you do something that you know that your people will suffer at the end of the day? If you say you are protecting or you are protesting for our own interests, then things must be done in a way in a civilized world we do things. Not to criminalize. You may have reasons, like I've said, you may have grievances, but there are certain actions you take, it becomes criminal. And people that say that, oh, you are criminalizing the entire thing, and therefore will not be a party. I've always said that if our people are not happy over certain things, there are channels you must. I've always tell people that I may not have the opportunity to see Mr. President every day, but I know that I will have an opportunity to see Mr. President as a governor of a state. Say, Mr. President, sir, this is what my people, and I think that's important for us to look into it in order not to have certain backlash or whatever. Mr. President, we listen to you. And that's why I say it is not everything that must be done on political party line. We're talking about governance. Because for me, if I get the revenue and I'm doing road, am I doing road for PDP? So I will not support any attempt to blow up flow stations or pipelines. But if there are grievances you think you have, let us know and we will present it. I've always said that to anybody. And one man that will always defend our people, it doesn't matter what it will cost you in life. But what is important is that you're able to protect and defend your people in a legitimate way.
All right, and Your Excellency, Nyesom Wike, Governor of Rivers State and Chairman, PDP Convention Committee, thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the show today. We thank you for watching. We came to you live from Port Harcourt in Rivers State. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain. Also,
I'm Neo Taigbe. Thank you for watching.
Many thanks. I'm Sulaiman. I'll let us see you again.